Hey everyone, it's Dave with Anthony Realtors, and I'm back with Sean. Sean and I are going to talk about buying your first home. It's a something that we're coming across a lot, that people who are renting, they are questioning whether it's a good time right now. So we figured we put this video together just to address some of the questions that we typically get from our customers. So Sean, do you have any questions right off the bat for me?
For sure. First off, thanks for having me on the page again.
For sure.
Like you said, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of buying instead of renting. So yeah, the first question that I do have is why should someone in Fort Wayne choose to buy a home as opposed to renting? Like, what are the benefits of buying over renting generally?
There are so many benefits to buying and owning a home compared to renting, and I think right now more than any time in history that it's just so overwhelmingly in the favor of owning a home that we feel like that we just really need to get the word out to people, because unless if you're in a rental situation, unless you're not emotionally ready to take on the responsibility of a home, or you think you're going to move pretty soon, the numbers just are stacked in favor of owning a home. And here's a few reasons why. Right now the interest rates are low, so they are now where they were in April of 2018. So all the industry kind of gurus are saying that the interest rates are going to rise. They're going to continue to rise through 2018, just keep going up and up. So now they're at like 4.35, and they've slid since November. So what that means to obviously any borrower is that the cost of the money is going down. So one of the biggest complaints that we get from renters is that they're just tired of their rates going up, and they just keep going up. So owning a home, you have a 30-year mortgage. Well, that's controlled. The only thing that really can change is your taxes and your interest, which is just slightly. So that's a huge reason, is that the interest rates are down. They're continuing right now to fall, and then you couple that with the appreciation that we're having in the Fort Wayne market. We are expected to appreciate about 6% in the next 12 months. So you take into account the appreciation and the falling interest rates that we're at right now. I don't think that, well, let me back up just a second. I think that the interest rates are going to level out and they're going to go up. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. Freddie Mac, I just saw, they are predicting that the rates are going to be at around 5.1% at the end of 2019. So assuming that we're not going to continue to slide, the rates are going to go back up again. You have your rates that are going to be at 5.1% compared to 4.35 right now, and then the 6% appreciation. Well, on a $100,000 house, you're talking 40 bucks a month in savings just from a lower balance now than waiting 12 months from now. And then the interest cost. So on a $200,000 house, that's like 80 bucks a month. That's almost $1,000 a year for the exact same house, just waiting right now, or just waiting to buy a house in a year from now and not doing it right now. So those are really good reasons. And then obviously, if you have a dog, you have pets in your house, all the other reasons that we all know is true. Just the satisfaction of just owning your own home, coming home from work every day, to your place, your own home that you can do whatever you want with. Those are the biggest reasons, just very compelling reasons to buy now and don't wait. I mean, there's really no reason to wait unless you have some sort of timeline where you're going to move or you're just not ready. But that's my best answer.
Okay, so aside from the great interest rates and basically being at the mercy of a landlord, are there any other drawbacks that you can think of when it comes to renting?
Well, I know that when you're in a rental situation, I think that I think something just kind of plays with your mind of just you don't owning it, and then but the biggest thing is that of not owning your home is that you're not taking advantage of wealth building. So if you buy a house really anytime in your life, but we're an appreciating market, we've been appreciating for several years now. So one of the most important things for people in America is building wealth, and that owning your home is one of the best ways to build wealth. If you're going to invest in something with a 6% appreciation or return on investment, every year, that's what you can do right now in Fort Wayne by owning a home. Well, you get to enjoy the appreciation, but you also get to use it. It's your home. You get to live in it. So that's another good reason right there.
Okay, awesome. So what about rent-to-own properties? Are those worth it? And if so, maybe who's the ideal candidate for that type of situation?
For rent-to-own property, they make sense in certain times and for certain people. So if you have a poor credit or credit that needs to be worked on, or not enough time on the job, then that might be a good option for you, a rent-to-own. Some people, I would definitely recommend first talking to a lender just to make sure that you can't qualify. Some people are surprised to know that your credit doesn't need to be as high as you might think it is, and definitely your down payment doesn't need to be as much as you think it is. A lot of people still to this day think you need 20% down to buy a home. It's simply not true. There are some zero down programs. You can definitely get a 3 to 5% down conventional loan. There's a 3.5% down FHA loan. You can negotiate the sellers to pay for your closing costs. So if you've went through a lender, you cannot get a loan, then a rent-to-own property, a rent-to-own situation might make sense to you, because during that time, it's a rental agreement, but you get to use a certain part of the payment every month to be applied to your kind of taken off the price when you are able to buy the home. But it also allows you to buy some time to build some credit and then to secure a price on today's value. So if you have a rent to own and you're going to buy it in a year or two from now, well, you can negotiate based upon today's price, and possibly when you do buy it, it's a higher valued home that you had negotiated today. So, and then it's also going to allow you to show your lender, look, I faithfully made 12 to 24 payments on time. That can allow you to build your credit worthiness as well. So it can make sense. I do know, being in a realtor in this market, it's a little difficult. It's challenging to find there's not a lot of rent-to-own properties out there, simply because sellers, they don't need to do that. They can just sell it outright on the open market. So inventory across the country is starting to increase a little bit. So that's good news for all buyers. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question on rent-to-own. It does make sense definitely in some situations.
Okay, cool. Now let's say that I take your advice and I decide to buy a home now, and then maybe I want to use it as a rental property later. Mm-hmm. Is there a waiting period for that in Fort Wayne?
If you're going to buy a home now and then use it as a rental, it depends on your type of loan. So you're definitely going to want to speak to your lender before going into that, if that's what you intend to do. It's also going to if you're able to carry 2 open loans. So if the rental property was just based upon, or if you only qualify for one property and that's your rental property, you may not be able to get another rental property simply for that reason. You could do what I did. I bought my first house as a duplex, and I lived on one side and rented out the other, and it was awesome. It practically paid for my mortgage. So you could do that, and then when you're ready, step out of that, continue to rent that. It's a great investment, and then buy your next home.
Okay, great. So if someone in Fort Wayne was looking to buy a home soon or later down the line in 2019, how would you recommend that they start their search?
I think that if you're looking to buy a home in the next year, I recommend you speak to a real estate agent. Of course, we'd be happy to help you, but any real estate agent who you like and trust, go speak to them. Have a meeting and just discuss your plans. And if you're gonna, even if you're not gonna buy a house for in a year from now, sometimes having that conversation now, you can avoid some pitfalls that you might get into. You can also just get educated on the process so that when the time comes, you have the information and you're going to be one step ahead of your competition. And, if you speak to, reputable lender as well, then that lender can tell you the things you're going to need when you're ready. So I highly recommend that, that you start speaking to real estate professionals. You don't wait till last minute where, okay, I need to find a house. I'm going to get online. I'm going to go find a house I want to look at and then learn all the same things you're going to have to learn anyways. It's better to get those things in place right now and then be prepared. I assure you the experience is going to be so much better if you start now and just start preparing for it. So that's what I would recommend to anybody.
Okay, cool. Well, I think this has been a lot of great information. Hopefully we help some viewers out today. If somebody did want to get a hold of you, if they have any questions or maybe they want to start the search with you, what's your contact information?
You can just Facebook message me. You can also call me 260-750-2818. I'll put a link at the bottom of this post to our website at FortWayneHomeHub.com. We actually have a page that we're pretty proud of. It's for first-time buyers, and it's just a lot of information, a lot of like typically asked questions that we try to answer. And it's a good starting point if you never bought a home before. It's a good place to go. So I'll drop that link in here.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks again for having me on the page,
Yeah,
and hope you have a good rest of your day.
You too.